Oliver's quite the clown. He likes people to laugh at him. He likes putting on a bit of a show and yeah, anything to get a laugh out of people. Oliver was born healthy, normal. He was a pretty good baby. He didn't like to sleep very much. The day he got sick was a really normal day. In the morning we'd just gone for a nice bushwalk and he'd actually fallen in a river at the time, and we thought it was a bit unco and a little bit clumsy of him, but we didn't really think much more of it. He went to sleep when we got home, so I called the doctor, and by the time I was in the car driving to just our local GP, he was crying and screaming. She just said, keep going down the hill to our local hospital. That's when they said, look, we're thinking it might be Guillain-Barré. His paralysis was coming from his legs up, and with Guillain-Barré they're worried that it might go and affect your breathing. He just was covered in tubes. He had incredible pain that we really struggled to get under control.
When Oliver was quite sick the first couple of weeks in hospital and he couldn't leave his bed, all the therapy was done around his bedside, so therefore every time someone came in it was either physio, occupational, or it was a doctor, or it was someone to check his tubes. It became a pain the moment they knocked on the door, and it was just so lovely when someone did knock on the door and we were able to say, it's the Starlight Captains, and the change in that little boy's face to see someone come in that wasn't going to hurt, wasn't going to poke, wasn't going to prod, was just going to make him laugh, was wonderful.
When Oliver was sick of doing physio and OT, the captains would help him with that by doing certain activities. So one of the captains, he said, I'll learn how to walk on my hands if you learn to walk again. So they had this ongoing little in-joke, and every time we were in the room, you know, he would practice, he would try, and in the end he did walk, so that was really great.
Poppy would take him to the Starlight Room, and the chaos that went on in that Starlight Room with the captains was unbelievable. I'd be receiving videos of what was going on. In the end, I'd have to turn up at 5 to 7 and say, time's up, this little boy needs a rest, and so do the captains.
The captains have changed Ollie's idea of the hospital. We still have to go back for a lot of appointments, and we base it around the Starlight Room. We say, oh, you're going back to see the Starlight Captains.
The laughter and the fun that they had in that Starlight Room just made the day so much easier for all the trauma that he'd been through. So at the end of the day, it always finished on a happy, positive note.
And then Ollie was granted a Starlight wish. Ollie wished that he wanted to go on a family holiday, and he really wanted to swim with some dolphins. It was so great for our family, just seeing him so happy and smiling and laughing, and getting just to spend time together when we'd spent so long apart was just really lovely. I think the highlight for Ollie was definitely getting to go to the theme parks. He got treated like a celebrity, which he really loved. He loved all the attention and the fun. I think he was pretty keen on being a dolphin trainer for a little while there, so we'll see how that goes.
When I think about going back to the hospital, you know, all these emotions come up, and I'm obviously not looking forward to it. But Oliver, he actually only has good memories of the hospital. Whenever I bring up or anyone brings up the hospital, he goes, oh, remember when I got these toys, or remember when I went to the Christmas pantomime.
For anyone that supports or is thinking of supporting Starlight, you don't know until you're in those shoes, sitting in that hospital with a sick child. I get all emotional. They really need the Starlight Room, because it not only helps the child get better, it helps the family stay together and be positive, and the happiness just overwhelms them.